welcome to another round of Sports Views. Tonight I'm reviewing FC Dallas 1, Toronto FC 1 on MLS opening day 2022. Toronto FC gets a point, has a better second half than they do a first half. Honestly, should have won the game. We got screwed over, but damn it, I'll take the draw because of that. It was a pretty good performance. I respect the performance. And I'll tell you what I saw. In the 9th minute, Jader O'Brien scores a goal for FC Dallas. Ball crossed over by Paul Arriola. O'Brien far out, takes a shot, puts it past Bono to make it 1-0. He was offside, but they give the goal. Another offside goal where Bono gets nutmegged and he jumps over the ball like it's a Goomba. Scored by Arriola. No, Ferreira. Arriola also put that one in. But that was taken off by VAR because it was a give-back call. Then, in the 45th minute, Jonathan Osorio, ball crossed in by Schaffelberg, popped over, by Jesus Jimenez, the new striker. Jonathan Osorio at the far post, taps it in to score in his 10th season with the club. The elder statesman who did not get binned off scores the goal. Our boy, Jonathan Osorio, makes it 1-1, salvages the point, but in the second half, foul penalty given, or so we thought, on Pozuelo. No ball taken, no ball on the tackle. Slide tackle on Pozuelo. It's definitely a penalty, but guess what? They go to VAR, and they say, no, it's not a pen. And if that was a penalty, Pozuelo would have scored it. We would have won 2-1, and honestly, we should have won 1-0, because you know the Arriola goal, or the Arriola cross O'Brien goal was also offside, but we got screwed 3 times, or 2 times, in one match, and 1 time helped. Pro referee sucks. That was a pen. No ball, all leg, slide tackle. Every other league, that's a penalty. It may not have been meant to do by the Dallas defender, but who cares? Intent doesn't matter when it's a foul or a penalty. That's never been that. And then they look at VAR and say, nope. And then Toronto holds for a 1-1 draw. That was 1-1 at half, and then it was 1-1 at full time. They hold on for a draw. Some slight testy moments, but they get it done. Stats are as follows: 13 shots to 8. 3 shots on goal to 1, 44% possession to 57% possession, 460 passes to 595 passes, 77% pass accuracy to 81% pass accuracy, 9 fouls to 9, 1 yellow card to 1, 0 red cards to 0, 2 corners to 2. Before I get into what I think about this match, I want to say, hit that join button or hit that second link in my description to become a YouTube member. $1.99 a month or $4.99 a month. Anything's appreciated. Help support the channel as well by subscribing. Hit that like button. Comment. Hit that big red bell notification once you subscribe. Put super chats in the live streams. All that great stuff. Now let's get into this video. For me, Toronto FC, that first half was a little bit same old stuff from 2021. Not as out of the ordinary or not as completely boneheaded as last year, but it was still there. The defense was still a little bit not cohesive. The midfield wasn't completely great. Toronto didn't press much. They did score a goal. It was a penalty. And that was the second half. But that first half was not really a great performance by Toronto. They were way better in the second half, but they weren't completely bad as to goals that would have been goals last year were not goals this year. So that's progress, honestly. That's progress. But the defense got a lot more cohesive as the night went on. The midfield got better as the night went on. The pressing got better as the night went on once they made adjustments. But this is the time to test things and see what works out before Insigne gets here. As long as I see progress during the first half of the season and we keep our head above water, that's all I'm asking for. And we didn't lose to Dallas, so you don't get a rant. Because if we lost to Dallas, I'd be ranting. Why? Because I said Dallas would be 14th place this year. And Dallas fans are already mad at me. You know what happens if we would have lost this game? Trust me, I would have held that L already. They wouldn't have waited for the last day of the season, decision day. They'd say, you said 14th, right? What'd you see then? Yeah, trust me. We should have won this game too. So Dallas still don't look better in 14th place to me. They don't. I don't know what that says about us, but 1 point instead of 0 at the start of the season is an upgrade from last year, so progress. Second half, again, way better of a second half by Toronto FC. They defended well, they had some lapses, but Alex Bono stood tall. He stood tall. He was actually good today, besides the one mistake that didn't even count because it got chalked off by VAR. He was okay today. He was good. He was good. The defense protected him, is what I kind of expected. And he was protected, and he made some saves. And he actually saved the draw. Honestly. So, I respect what Bono did. He looks better. He looked good. I'm not saying he's great. I'm not saying I'm putting my trust in him. But he earned some back. Trust me, he earned some back. It was pretty good by Alex Bono. He earned some trust back. So, he had a good performance. As well, defensively, strong. They pressed the ball more in the second half. They had more offensive chances. They had some good chances for an actual open play goal. Acharo was flying down the wing. Pozuelo looked great. Jesus Jimenez was on fire tonight. He should have scored a goal. Shavelberg looked good as an outside back. Shaquille looked great. Jaden Nelson looked good. Deandre Kerr was a passenger, I'd say. Bradley did enough. I'm not still really sure about Bradley. I think he's doing better. He looked better than last year, but I'd still say Ralph Prizo is better, and I know Bob probably won't drop his son, but I'm still for Ralph Prizo here. Because Ralph Prizo would have done much better in this game because they were fast. This was a fast team, and I think Red Bulls will be too. So if Prizo could play, I say he plays next weekend if I was Bob Bradley. With that being said, Osorio looked great. Pozuelo looked great. Everybody looked good. The second half was a much better half for Toronto FC. They should have won this game, and I'm honestly proud of the way they played. I am, because they figured things out. They looked better, and that's all you have to do in this situation up until July. Keep your head above water and make improvements, and they are making improvements. I am not mad at all with the performance. I would have only really been mad had we lost to Dallas, because as I said. But with that being said, if you look at the performance, Dallas was not great. Toronto was better. They held more possession, probably because of all the back passing, but they held more possession. They had more passes. They had more passing accuracy. They had more pressing. They were better offensively as the game went on. They were better. They were the better team, Toronto. Dallas didn't impress me. They're still 14th place in my eyes. They did not impress me. Yeah, one goal that was actually offside, and then they gave us a gave-back call, and we really should have won with that penalty. But sure. Great. Yeah, cool. You still don't look that good. Paul Arriola don't impress me much. Dear God, that team, not great. Ferreira, no Pepe. Not great. Now, I don't know what that says about Toronto. That probably don't say something good about us, but damn it, we were the better team. And we should have won that game. And that's what pisses me off. It's not the performance. I'm happy with the performance. I'm happy with the performance the guys put in. I am so happy with it. That's a good performance to start the season at a Western Conference team. And it's better than last year's opening day. It's progress. You want to do better than you did last season going into July. That's what I'm saying. So no 7-game losing streak. A good couple of wins, like 3 or 4 wins, and you're good. Or like 5 wins or 6 wins by July. The first 17, 5 or 6 wins, that's good. Most of them being draws. Keep it to like 5 losses. And 5, 10, 11, and then like 6 draws, like 5, 6, and 5, 5, 10, or like 6, 6, and 5 or something like that by the 17th game. And I'm good. And besides, the Canadian Championship will be played as well. So you want those to be wins. I think 2 of the Canadian Championship games we played is before Insigne, and the third one could have him if he could play the final, and they allow him to be registered, which I think they would. But it's Lorenzo Insigne. Of course, they'd probably be like, yep, he's in. He was going to be on the team. He's registered. They'll probably register him before just because he'll be there, I bet. Like, say, hey, he could be here for the final. Let him play. Be like, Got you. I mean, it's Canada Soccer Association. Everybody thinks they have a hand in they hold Toronto's hand. So why not do another thing that makes it look like that? With that being said, though, they have improved from the first game last year. Last year's first game and this year's first game were two different games, and they have improved since then. And they've improved since the Canadian Championship Final. And they've improved since Decision Day last year. I'm happy with what the team's done. I'm happy with it. So player ratings for this game. Alex Bono, I'm going to give him a 6. He had some mistakes, but he saved us. He was pretty good. I won't say he was a 7. I'd say he was a 6. He was right there. Good game from Bono, but he has to do more to earn my trust back, but I'm starting to give him back that trust. Shaquille Ruddy, I'd say 8. He was one of the best players on the pitch. What a performance. He was fast. He went up and down the wing. Good defending. Good offensively. Good chasing the ball. Good pressing. Amazing by Shaquille Ruddy. For Carlos Salcedo, I'll say 7.5. Good defensively. Wasn't really beaten. Of course, he was beaten once or twice, but not for goals. And he was not at fault for the goals, as well as Mavinga or O'Neal. Well, there was no goals in the second half, but Mavinga wasn't a fault for a goal either. I'd say 7.5 as well, Chris Mavinga. Jacob Schaffelberg, 6.5. 6.5. He wasn't as good defending as he was going forward. He's got to work and learn that wing-back spot. He really does, but he has potential. And he was good offensively, but defensively, you could see him lacking a bit. He was at fault for the one that got chalked off for offside and the O'Brien goal. Or he was part of that, closer to the play. So there you go, 6.5. For me, Michael Bradley, 6. He marshaled the game. He looks old. He looks slow, but he made good passes. That's Bradley for you, a 6. He's kind of like Marky Delgado. He's consistent to a fault. So 6. For me, Jonathan Osorio, he scored the goal, 7.5. Great performance, great running, good in a midfield pivot, strong running, strong passing. Normally what you get from Jonathan Osorio, 7.5. Alejandro Pozuelo, 8. Yeah, he gave up the ball a couple of times, but they had 3 guys on him. But he looks better than he did last year. He's starting to look like his old self again. I'd say 8. It's a good sign for Pozuelo, and hopefully he keeps on this form. I think he's got a good season ahead of him if he keeps playing like this. Next up, Deandre Kerr, 5. He was absent. Deandre Kerr was absent tonight. He did not show up. He did nothing. When he was replaced by Chara, you saw the levels. Deandre Kerr, I expected better out of him, and he just basically was a ghost. 5. For me as well, Jaden Nelson, I'd say about a 6.5, 6.5. Good game. Pressed well, went up the pitch well, made good passes, good crosses. Wasn't completely outstanding, but he was good. And then Jesus Jimenez, I'd say he was an 8. Jesus Jimenez had a great game. He should have scored a goal. Great hold-up play, great running, great pressing. Took a couple of shots, had a good header. He looked good, and he's going to have a good season. 8 for Jesus Jimenez. For the subs, for Shane O'Neal, I'll give him a 6. He did pretty well defensively. Wasn't really a runner, but he had good, strong defense. Let Salcedo take care of the running. But good for O'Neal, a 6. Achara, 8. Achara, when he was in, he was blazing down the wing. You saw the levels. He needs to start. Ifunenyachi Achara, still great. That's the guy who he needs to be on the wing, opposite Nelson, and with Jimenez or Akinola. And honestly, if you could play both Jimenez and Akinola, I'd play them both. One on the wing, one striker. But Achara's an 8. He was amazing as a sub. He was great today. Amazing. He blazed up and down the wing. It was great. And then finally, the third sub, Noble Okello, I'd say he was about a 7. He played well as a midfield destroyer in this game for about 20 minutes. I'm happy with Noble Okello's cameo. He's a great player, a midfield destroyer, kind of like N'Golo Kante in a way, that kind of midfielder, but way taller. Yeah, that's Noble Okello for you, and I'm proud of what he did. That was great by Noble Okello. So those are my rankings, player rankings for the players today. I'm going to start doing that. Man of the match for me, I'm going to say Alejandro Pozuelo. Alejandro Pozuelo. Because he put things together. He was good passing, good forward. I think he helped the team have that tempo that they should have, especially in the second half. He pressed well. I think Pozuelo was the best player on the pitch. It may not have shown on the score sheet, but the way he played, if you watch the game, Pozuelo was the best player on the pitch for Toronto FC. I think he was. Man of the match, Pozuelo. So with that being said, if you like this video, like it, share, subscribe. You know what it is. Hit that join button or that second link in my description to become a YouTube member. $1.99 a month or $4.99 a month. Anything would be much appreciated. Help support the channel as well by commenting, putting this in playlists, super chats on the live streams, sharing this with your friends and family, hitting that big red bell notification once you subscribed, all that great stuff. Help support the channel. Tomorrow I have a live watch along in RSR for Seattle Sounders versus Nashville FC or Nashville SC. I hope you enjoy that. Nashville's first game in the West going to Seattle. We're going to have some fun. 7 o'clock tomorrow night. I think it's 7, but we'll check. Maybe Eastern, if not. But we'll check. I think it's 6 or 7, but it's on the page. It's the last live left before I make the next lives for next week and all that. So I'll see you tomorrow for that. I'm Ryan and I'm out. Peace. Toronto did well, and hopefully they keep on doing good. Progress is being made. Peace.